Today, we're talking about the lovely Jenna Ortega taking a career risk and coming out in full support of Palestine. A former California water official pled guilty to stealing over $20 million worth of water, and a serial killer dubbed the Bad Breath Grape-ist was captured after 16 years on the run. All in this Wednesday episode of What's up, internet? How'd your long weekend go? I managed to escape my box here and basically wound up in Wonderland. Also, I made this little video to share with you, so, enjoy. Shiny, sparkly, ooh-ah, I know, right? Now that we've got that out of the way, before we start, make sure you're subscribed so you never miss a news update or any random piece of my life I decide to share with you. Now, Alice, pull up the first file, please.
Jenna Ortega has voiced her support for Palestine amid the Israel-Hamas conflict, following her Scream co-star Melissa Barrera's earlier similar stance, which many believe led to Melissa's firing.
Right, so if you didn't catch that, the Wednesday and upcoming Beetlejuice star has weighed in on the escalating Israel-Hamas conflict, voicing her solidarity with Palestine just months after her Scream co-star Melissa Barrera was reportedly fired from the horror franchise for similar pro-Palestine sentiments. Ortega took to Instagram on Tuesday to share her stance, reposting a plea from Pedro Pascal calling for a ceasefire amid the airstrikes in Rafah that have killed dozens. The actress wrote, "Masses debating over a ceasefire while thousands upon thousands of children continue being slaughtered. Where is the humanity?" Oh, this isn't Ortega's first show of support either. For weeks now, her Instagram highlights have featured fundraisers and informational resources about the crisis in Gaza. Her public comments come about 6 months after Barrera was allegedly ousted from the Screen movies last November. Barrera, who played Ortega's on-screen sister, sparked backlash for sharing a post that accused Israel of genocide, adding, "Western media only shows the Israel side." While Ortega did remain quiet at the time, she has made her stance pretty clear now. And despite Barrera's exit, the two have apparently maintained a close friendship, with other A-listers like Angelina Jolie, Gigi Hadid, and Mark Ruffalo also calling for peace. It remains to be seen whether Ortega will be facing similar professional consequences. But what do you think? Is Ortega's rising star at the levels of being able to fend off retaliation? Or could this be the beginning of her sunset? I hope not. I like her. Let me know in the comments.
Former California water official Dennis Falashi has pleaded guilty to conspiring to steal millions of dollars worth of water and filing a false tax return.
In a tale as old as time, another member of California's elite have been caught with their hands in the cookie jar. Dennis Falashi, the 78-year-old former head of the Pinochet Water District. I'm sorry guys, I wanted to say Pinocchio like a billion times, but I know that's not appropriate. Pleaded guilty to conspiring to steal over $25 million worth of that precious liquid gold we call water from the crop-rich Central Valley. The disgraced former head admitted to siphoning off water from the federal Delta Mendota irrigation canal through a secret pipe system and selling it off to the highest bidder for over 2 decades. The Pinocchio district supplies irrigation water to farmland in Fresno and Merced counties, so Falashi was effectively robbing crops of their life source. Also, that is a pretty long con. Like, I'm genuinely impressed this man got away with it for so long. While the state begs residents to ditch their lawns and take desert showers, Falashi was living that waterfront property dream on the taxpayer's dime. As the elite seem to tend to do, prosecutors initially alleged that the total haul was over $25 million in pilfered H2O from the canal. But in shocking news that will surprise absolutely no one, Falashi's plea deal whittled that down to just $3.5 million, a mere drop in the bucket. The rich guy discount strikes again. Of course, the feds insist Falashi wasn't the only one tapping into the canal for some extra pocket water, but their lips are sealed tighter than a desert whale on who else was involved in this high-stakes hydration heist. Odds are, it was a few more Nestle folks looking to make an extra buck or 12 million. Anyways, as California implements new laws to prevent reckless water loaning and ramping up conservation efforts, this case shows how the the elite's insatiable thirst won't easily be quenched. Or ever be fucking quenched at this point. I mean, you guys of all people get that this means they've officially been caught fucking us with our food, water, housing, and gas now. Like, I don't condone violence, but I'm pretty sure the French did something about this at one point in history. I'm just saying, are we gonna let the French of all people outdo us? That was meant with love. Don't come at me. Oh, and Falaci also pleaded guilty to filing false tax return, because why not add insult to injury? He agreed to cooperate with any prosecutors on any additional investigations in exchange for his plea deal. But don't hold your breath for justice, because when it comes to the rich pilfering public resources, the punishment never fits the bill.
A fugitive known as the Bad Breath Grape-ist Tuan Kit Lee was captured in California after 16 years on the run.
In a case that left law enforcement holding their noses for nearly 2 decades, the notorious Bad Breath Grape-ist has finally been apprehended. I'm gonna butcher this name, so Tuan Kit Lee, 55, was taken into custody Tuesday morning in Diablo, California, ending a 16-year game of hide and stink with authorities. Lee, whose foul exhalations earned him his unsavory moniker, was convicted of kidnapping and raping a waitress back in 2007, but pulled a Houdini act before sentencing. Authorities alleged the mask-wearing Lee broke into the victim's house, zip-tied her to her bed, and, well, you can imagine the rest. It wasn't a romantic comedy. Despite his ghastly oral hygiene being a dead giveaway, the pungent predator managed to evade justice for years. But thanks to a hot tip, the feds finally sniffed his ass out in the Golden State. And on that bit of pun-filled news, I'm gonna call it. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, liked it or not, do me a solid and push one of those buttons. And, well, I'll catch you up there.